Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD, is a chronic liver disease associated with poor lifestyle choices. For example, if we drink too much of the sugary soft drinks, or if we don't exercise and eat a lot of fatty food, then we can accumulate subcutaneous fat in our fat pads. And then when these subcutaneous fat pads are overwhelmed, so the cells of the fat pads are called adipocytes. So these adipocytes become enlarged and they become overwhelmed. And so the liver takes over. Interestingly, the liver is not supposed to store fat. The liver only stores glucose in the form of glycogen. But then, because the adipocytes are overwhelmed, the liver starts storing fats. And that's the problem that occurs in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is a metabolic disease and is highly associated with metabolic dysregulation that occurs also in type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is very prevalent in the developed world. In Australia, for example, 67% of people here are overweight or obese, and 95% of obese people and 65% of overweight people would be diagnosed with NAFLD detected by ultrasounds. So the truth is, a lot of Australians at the moment are walking here today with NAFLD, but they don't even know it. NAFLD is a hidden killer, and symptoms appear only at advanced stages of disease. And so there are 4 stages, and my lab developed a therapy that can halt the more advanced stages, which are 3 and 4. And in 3 and 4, we call non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or NASH. It's a very complicated name. The name doesn't matter. But what we are aiming to do is that we can reverse people that already are in those advanced stages, and we can also prevent people in the early stages to reach the severe and advanced stages of NAFLD. So macrophages are cells of the innate immune system, our first line of defense. Macrophages, they kill and they engulf invading pathogens, and macrophages also clear the damaged and dead cells of our body. And so what happens is, when the hepatocytes, which are the cells of the liver, when the hepatocytes become fatty, those fatty droplets that are accumulated in the cytoplasm of hepatocytes, they make these cells stressed. They make these cells stressed because they squeeze the blood vessels that surround hepatocytes, and so they don't become as oxygenated as they usually do. And so macrophages potentially can identify these damaged hepatocytes and clear these dead cells and damaged cells. But interestingly, very recent is a very hot topic at the moment, that macrophages also participate in fat metabolism. And so my novel drug, we developed this drug, and it proliferates macrophages. It increases the number of macrophages in our body. And so these excessive amounts of macrophages are in the body, and they have to do something, right? So what they do, they reach the liver and they find these damaged hepatocytes full of fatty droplets. And so they go there and they engulf not only the dead cells, but they also clear the fatty droplets inside the cytoplasm. And so, yeah, it's very interesting. We should all be eating macrophages for breakfast, I guess, if we could. So PhD stands for Doctor of Philosophy. In Greek, it means love of wisdom. And so basically a PhD scholar must contribute to something new or unique within a already existing body of literature in a chosen field. And so a PhD involves a lot of learning and you have to invest a lot of time, and you need to become an expert in the field that you chose. And it's very important to accept criticism, because you will receive a lot of criticism, and then you need to learn from it and develop yourself all the time. And so PhD usually starts after you complete a bachelor's degree and master's degree. In Australia, you can do an honors instead of master's. That's what I did. And it usually takes 3 to 4 years. And very good news is that you start earning a little bit of money. We have a scholarship usually. So for the first time, you start to earn a bit of money, which is very good. And like, for example, in my case, what I like about a PhD is that, for example, I have an experiment in the lab, and then I discovered something. And I think to myself, oh my God, I'm the only person in the world right now who knows that. So this is something that motivates me to keep going, and it makes it all worth it. So I think I will tell myself to learn how to meditate. This is a skill that I learned recently, a few months ago, actually. I attended a Vipassana 10-day meditation course. And I attended it because I was quite stressed, and I wasn't coping very well with the amount of work I had to do, because I have 2 kids. I have a husband, I have a household, and I have to juggle a lot of things at the same time. So now I meditate every day, and this helps me a lot.